this is this is from a site in regards Times of Israel. Islam supports Israel's right of existence, and it quotes the Quran here. And we have different quotes in the blasphemous book of the Quran. Maybe I should actually do so we can actually get it like this. And so we have a quote from Quran 1704, which says, "And we said thereafter to the children of Israel, dwell securely in the promised land." So what is the promised land? That's of course, Israel in regards of the area. Let's see here. This is the second here he quotes. Quran 5:21. Now I don't have a Quran. It would be actually, I know there's an internet website where you can actually have, where there's multiple translations of the Quran. And it's, like when you research the Bible and all that. But I can't remember what web page it is or where it is at the moment. I should have the link on my Facebook at some place. So, one could recheck the information. But this is from the Quran 5:21. "O my people," in regards to the Jews, "enter the Holy Land, which God has assigned unto you." We have the third quote here from the Quran 1704. "And we said to the children of Israel afterwards, scatter and live all over the world," and then have a ... "and when the end of the world is near, we will gather you again into the promised land." So, again, it shouldn't be, as far as I can see, it shouldn't be a surprise when the Jews came back to this land, even if they didn't read the Bible, If they just, read the Quran, it seems they should have known that the Jews would come back. So their own blasphemous book is seemingly saying that. So, but of course, it would still not be if they only had the Quran and all that, and hadn't read the Bible, it's still not a good, what shall we say, a good, I can't remember the words at the moment, but, going against them and, proclaiming that, that's not their land and so forward and all that, it seems pretty, foolish in some sense, because even if you didn't have the Quran, you have the Bible, and they have had nearly 2,000 years of reading the Bible and burning the Quran or whatever, but, if their own blasphemous book of the Quran even say it, there's absolutely no excuse for attacking the Jews and cursing the Jews and hating the Jews, because it's in their own so-called, holy book, so-called. It's in their own blasphemous book of the Quran. But anyway, even if it wasn't in their own book, there's no excuse for not reading the Bible, in regards of it. So really, I don't think there's any excuse for, they should pretty much have been aware that the Jews might come back at some point and reestablish the country of Israel again. And yet we see Mohammedans that, put an image in regards of the place where Israel should be, yet there's no Israel on the map. So, I just think it's, it's so sad. So sad. Even written, I think, I think that's actually one of the things, I think Quran 1704, I think that might actually be where they talk about actually getting out of Egypt. I'm not totally sure about that, but I've read something above, where you can also see that it's talking about the Israelites as well. But he has just fixed the quotation, down, it seems. So not to get the full context of it, but in any case, it's just so sad that let's see here. In any case, we still have the promise in regards to the land to the children, right? To the children of Abraham, the children of Yitzhak, and the children of Yaakov. And that was the land that they were given by God when he took them out of Egypt and led them to the promised land. That might be the reason why it was called the promised land, the holy land, the chosen land. I think it's something like that. Probably more, more words for that. It would be interesting if I could find the quotation, but I sadly think I can't. I know it's one of the prophets, for example, in the last part of it that talks about the Jews or the Israelites coming back and never being uprooted. Now, this prophecy was not fulfilled in the past because, like, for example, the Romans pretty much took them up, right? Let's see here. Is this the thing? Let's see. I'm not sure what it is, but it is in here somewhere. Sadly, it's a big book, and there's still a lot for me to research and all. There's a lot of information in the Bible, that's for sure. And you grow in it as you grow more and more and so forward by studying it. Here we have another watch how the Quran predicts the Jews' historic return. Predicts the Jews' historic return to Israel. It's like a comma thing. So Quran and the Bible. Quran and Bible say Jews will return to Israel. So that's a video on that. Haven't seen that. But anyway, we've seen the quotations, at least 3 quotations from the Quran. And again, it's a blasphemous book because it's still it's a cult. But it's just if it's just funny if the Quran itself just say that the Jews are actually coming back and all that, and that it's their land and all that. And there's no excuse from the Mohammedans that they would ever attack the Jews or curse them or hate them or whatever, because they should have known. Even reading their own blasphemous book and then also, being able to read the Bible, there's no excuse for all these things that is happening in the Middle East. You can't blame the Israelites for that. You cannot blame the Jews. You Mohammedans have your own book saying that it's their country. You have the Bible talking about it. There's absolutely no excuse from you Mohammedans, because it's mostly Mohammedans, right? Hating the Jews. So, but that's the wrong way to deal with it, because you should have been expecting them to return. And you should have stood with open arms and welcomed them. But that's not really what happened, right? So I can't see how it could ever be the Jews' fault that they are now coming back. That how you would ever be able to blame the Jews, in any way. You should move from this land and let the Jews stay and have some peace. That's what I think you should do. And I still think, that it would be a wise choice to talk to the Mohammedan countries and letting them take the people of Gaza and give over Gaza to Israel. And the same thing with the people in Jordan, get them out of Jordan and let Israel have some peace. Take some air out of the balloon it's not going, the two-state solution is never going to work because they're not interested in having peace. They're interested in a river of blood, of Jewish blood, or having the Jews out in the water. And who is going to pick up the Jews when they are out in the water? Are Denmark going to send ships down to Israel to pick up the Jews? How many will drown before we actually get the ships down there to collect the Jews, if we even try? We don't want another Holocaust. I think the Jews have suffered enough. Sadly, I think the Jews will suffer more in the future. But, we need to try to see if we can, help them not to suffer more than is necessary. And, we have to stand for the Jews, I think, even if they rejected the Messiah. When you begin to study more into the subject, just begin to see more and more holes in actually standing on the side of the so-called Palestinians, being against the Jews, hating the Jews, and, you begin to see the holes in it. I begin to take the side of Israel instead. Studying the Bible, studying history, knowing their side of the story, because there's a lot of promotion in regards to the Palestine side, so-called Palestine side. And it's just, it's very sad. It's very, like, for example, this promotion of, this Jew is saying that that Israel is not, and this and that and all that, and he only represents 5,000 Jews. And we have 15 million Jews in the world. And yet this guy, that only represents 5,000 Jews, is like, it's like blown up like, the Jews, the true Jews and all that. Instead, it's like the Jews in Israel are not true Jews, and twisting everything around, and it's just so sad. I made a video on that. But anyway, don't tell me that Jehovah is so weak that he couldn't reject if he didn't want the Jews in the country, He had pretty much kicked out the Jews a couple of times by using Gentile nations. He also used them to collect them again. Would it be a surprise that he is now collecting the Jews from all over the world, using Gentile sources or Gentile powers, to do it? Is that a big surprise? No, I don't think so. Absolutely not. If God didn't want them in that place, they would not be there. And again, from all my research, it seems like someone is holding a hand over the Jews in Israel, and yet, what is it called in English? Giving them the, what shall we say? What is it called? The whip other places, so they go home. So why would that be? Why would it be that it seemingly seems that God is holding the hand over Israel, and yet, it seems that the Jews around the world is getting whipped, so they, look for home and go home, Could it be because Jehovah wants the Jews back in their land? And could it be that we need to begin to pay attention of what is actually going on, because now Israel is on the map again, and maybe God is using them once again to fulfill prophecies? Could it be? Could it be? Or could it be, no, it's like, God, it's just, the arguments, it's just so, it fails, the argument fails that, that God wouldn't know that the Jews would be in the chosen land and the Holy Land again, it's just, I think it's so, nearly, 1,800 years or something like that, they have been, dispersed throughout the whole world, where God have kept them away from the land, and then he takes them back, and, if God could keep them away for 1,800 years, you don't think he could continue to keep them away if he didn't want them back? It's just insane. I think it's bad arguments out there, and just a lot of hatred against the Jews and all that. And I don't want to see another Holocaust of the Jews. And that would be very, very sad. But again, I think God is holding the hand over them. But still, there are some prophecies that doesn't seem to be very nice in regards to the Jews. But in any case, yeah. And the only option I can see is pretty much to make the Mohammedan countries take on the people from Gaza. But it seems to be a political game of actually using the people in Gaza as a knife in the side of Israel. So it's a political game. They might say they want peace in regards to the Mohammedan nations, but they really don't want peace. They want to have the Israelites dead or out in the water. They don't want Israel on the map at all. And that's a big problem. Because where are the Jews going to move? Israel is their homeland. It's always been their homeland, for long, it's just the land that God gave them, and the promised land in regards of promise to these Jews. And the Mohammedans will say, the Jews was never here, or there's no proof that the Jews was ever here, blah, 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 blah. Just satanic lies and deceptions. Just seeing that they, they find so much, they're digging the truth out of the earth. That was a point where it was like I was every day getting something new in regards to this on Facebook. I'm actually not sure why I'm not actually getting that anymore. But it's like nearly every single day I got something new in regards to they have found this and they have found that and they have found, it's just wonderful. And I've been in Israel myself and seen a lot of these things as well. But at least some of them, that's probably a lot of things I didn't see, but in any case, it's so nearly every single day I remember on Facebook I was getting new articles about they found this and that and so forward. I don't really get that many articles at the moment. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I don't know. In any case, they are lying. The Mohammedans are lying, and that wouldn't be a surprise, wouldn't it? That they're lying. They're lying about Jesus Christ as well. They're lying about the whole religion, their whole satanic religion, to defend it. It's a wicked religion. They don't have the truth. They have the spirit of error. They don't have the spirit of truth. So would it be a surprise that they're lying? No, it's not really a surprise. You won't get peace with a two-state solution. I don't believe that. It will only get worse for the Jews if there is like a two-state solution. I don't think it will ever be possible. I think if there's going to be more peace in the Middle East, you have to take the people out of Gaza, and let Egypt take them or something like that, or some of the other Mohammedan countries, and give them a new life. I think it would actually also be better for the people in Gaza, because it seems like they're like in a jail at the moment. I think that actually, of course, I haven't been there, and I probably would be killed if I went there, I guess. But anyway, but I think a lot of them actually don't want to be there. But that they're kept in check. I saw this documentary in regards of, this, where they're going from Egypt and this and that. And he couldn't, I don't know if he actually ever came back to Egypt, but he was just in Gaza visiting some family. And when he wanted to go back to Egypt, he couldn't get back to Egypt. I can't remember all the details, but it was, it seems like there's a lot of, locking the people in this place. So I think it would be nice for them as well and it's not like Jews have fled from all over the world, and also Mohammedan countries where they have fled to Israel because of, persecution. So it's not really, just changing, the Jews are running to Israel, and the Mohammedans are then running, to some of the other Mohammedan countries. It's nice, this is both directions, It's both directions. It's not only, so anyway, so I don't think there's any excuse for hating the Jews, from the Mohammedan countries, because, as far as I can see, it says in their own so-called holy book that it's the Israelites' land, and that they would come back at some point. So why are they so surprised that they are now come back? It's just totally silly and all that. But conflict, Satan. I guess it's like demonic hatred against the Jews. If God is doing something, Satan will hate it and whatever. So. So that's pretty much it. But again, even if it wouldn't be in the Quran, there's no excuse for not reading the Bible, because they say they believe in, but it's a filthy religion. It's really a filthy, deceptive religion and filthy religion. I have no idea why anyone would be in such a religion, following, seeing a man that had sex with a 9-year young girl when he was 54 years as the perfect example to follow after. You have to be, just outrageous. It's just outrageous, how these people are not ashamed by it, and then, that demons come up when you talk about it. They can't handle the truth about it. Oh, and you're not allowed to speak in regards to Muhammad and blah, 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 blah. Well, it's called free speech. It's something we have in the Western world, at least for now. It might not be the thing that you have in the Mohammedan countries, but that's maybe why I don't want it to become a Mohammedan country in this country. I think I could get pretty much, if I went to Saudi Arabia or something like that, maybe I would be stoned or something like that. Maybe having my t-shirt on would offend some Mohammedans, and the demons grow up in them and just, like that woman that was stoned and beaten and driven over by a car and burned and, cast into the, what is it called? The flood thing or something like that. And she was innocent. And why were these Mohammedans so outrageous? By the way, we can find the video, by the way. I probably need to download it then. Let's see if we can find it. It's just, totally nut house, just filthy Mohammedanism and false witness in regards to this woman that, she it was said that she had burned the Quran and thrown it in the trash, and it's not true. I see Muhammad, Islam. You probably see Muslim woman stoned. For burning Quran. And even if she had done it, you Mohammedans kill people because they, let's see, not sure. Where is she? Death sentence for mob killing in Afghanistan. I think they got pretty harsh, or whatever you want to call it, but I think they actually got the sentence in regards of, where is the video? We have the Afghan attack by mob, but where's the video of, I know the videos out there, it seems to be somewhat of that, let's see, let's try this one. And see if it that sentence for mob killing. Okay.
Outside a mosque in central Kabul, a mob of men screaming "Long live Islam" urging.
Well, actually, they're screaming to their false god, but there are some theories that Allah was actually a moon god and all that. I haven't been able to verify it, but it seems like the god called Allah was before Muhammad was actually around. So who knows?
Kicking and beating a 27-year-old woman named Farkunda, then setting her on fire, before throwing her body in the river. The men claim she burned a Quran, accusations later found to have been lies. The attack shocked Afghanistan and the world, and started a wave of events never before seen in the capital, unleashing massive protests.
So, it didn't seem they actually had the video where she was driven over as well. But these Mohammedans, because she burned, or because so-called, that she so-called burned a book and threw it in the trash, was stoned, she was beaten, she was driven over by a car, she was burned, and she was thrown into the lake thing and all that. You have to be kidding me. The religion of Mohammedanism. And they videotaped it, so probably YouTube have tried to censor some of the videos, but you might be able to find it other places. In any case, it's just because she was what? Because she burned the book, Yeah, these people are outrageous, burning a book and then you kill the person. Well, allegedly, actually, So she didn't really do it. They found out after investigating this that it was false witness. So just terrible, just terrible. And you just see how the Mohammedans, how the devils and these people just, react. As I guess, the religion of peace, I wouldn't call it the religion of peace. I think a more fitting word for this religion of Mohammedanism is actually the religion of fear, because that is what they do. They base their whole religion on fear. I think there's probably a lot of Mohammedans that are having, that might want to get out of it, because they fear being killed and persecuted by the rest of the Mohammedans, they might not really speak up, because they could pretty much be killed if they deny this false religion. So I think actually it's not the religion of peace, it's the religion of fear. Again, I don't know any other religion that's based its, it's the religion of fear. That's, you just, that's the best thing, that's the best word I can, give this, cult. This cult of murder, it's just horrible. And they always proclaim, it's the religion of peace. It's a religion of peace. Yeah, well, I guess the opponent are pretty silent after the Mohammedans have chopped their head off. I guess there's, you could probably say it's pretty peaceful then, maybe, But well, that's the only thing that I can pretty much see in regards of religion of fear, I think it's dishonest to say it's the religion of fear. It's the religion of deception. It's a religion of fear. It's the religion of falsehood. It's a religion of, but of course, it should be very easily spotted by Christians. But of course, in the West, we haven't really had that much problems with the Mohammedan thing, as they have in the Middle East and North Africa and all that. We had the Reformation that failed and became a protest against the Antichrist and all that. So we have, we had other things. Of course, we had the, what shall we say, they were called Turks at that point, trying to invade Europe as well. They called them Turks. When you look back in regards of, they called them Turks and not Mohammedans, but in any case. So we have to be aware that there actually is a greater enemy, I think, than Mohammedanism, and that's Roman Catholicism. But in any case, that's as far as I. Again, one is should be easily spotted. The other hides itself behind cheap clothing, and so it's harder to it's harder to spot. Anyway, I think I'll stop now. But it was just these three, and if of course we can look them up in a Quran, that could be interesting. Of course, there was a Danish. I still have that friend of mine that actually have the Danish version of it. Oh, maybe we have a little more here in regards of. Let's see here. To Moses, and it says Allah, so-called, give 9 clear signs, ask the Israelites how Moses, first appeared amongst them. And by the way, in regards of Egypt, I think it actually was 10 signs, but of course it's the Quran, so, it's not really the word of God. But it's using some of the stories from the Bible and, making its own, Anyway. Asked the Israelites how Moses, first appeared amongst them. Pharaoh said to him, Moses, I can see that you are bewitched. You know full well, Moses replied, that none but the Lord of the heavens and the earth has revealed these visible signs. Pharaoh, you are doomed. Pharaoh sought to scare them, the Israelites, out of the land of Israel. Again, don't take this as scripture at all. In regards of scaring them, I don't remember anything that he actually tried to scare them out of. Actually, Pharaoh sought to scare them, the Israelites, out of the land. And it actually says in parentheses of Israel, but that doesn't make sense because they're in Egypt, So I'm not sure why it actually says is. Maybe again people don't know the Bible and then don't know the context. I'm not sure why they would write Israel, because the Jews are not in Israel, they're in Egypt. So maybe a bad translation. Maybe I don't know what was going on here, but this is at least not agreeing with the Bible, because in regards of Moses, they were not in the land of Israel. So that this is maybe just a mistake from the author. I don't know, but it's wrong. Anyway, but Allah, drowned him, Pharaoh, together, all who were with him. They weren't, in regards of drowning the Pharaoh and all that, they were not even come to the chosen land at that point. Moses didn't get into the chosen land. He was only allowed to look at it from the mountain. So anyway, so again, it's clearly wrong. But that's the thing. If you don't know your Bible, you don't have anything to to measure the things with that you read. But the more you know your Bible, you have a measurement to measure what, there's a lot of lies and deceptions out there. So anyway, then Allah said to the Israelites, and Allah is in parentheses, and again, square parentheses, anyway, dwell in this land, the land of Israel. So again, here, it seems to be, I'm not sure if it's one of these translations, but they got it wrong. They're in Egypt, out of the land of Egypt, it's not Israel. Anyway, in this, and of course, in regards to the parentheses are not really there in the text. I would think there's something added to try to explain what is. So again, they got it wrong there. But anyway, dwell in this land, the land of Israel. That would agree with the Bible at least. When the promise of the hereafter, the end of days, which is parentheses again, comes to be fulfilled, we, and it says parentheses, Allah shall assemble you, the Israelites, all together in the land of Israel. And there's some parentheses again, but anyway, we and parentheses Allah have revealed the Quran with the truth, and with the truth that has come down, we have sent you, parentheses, Muhammad, forth only to proclaim good news and to give warning. Again, Muhammad was a false prophet. He was following Satan. He was deceived. Anyway, but it would be nice in regards to, for example, chapter 7. I have this page where I have multiple. I just don't remember where it is at this point. But then you can see how the different people are translating them, and to check how they would have understood it and all that, to see if they are in agreement or not and all that. If you have, this is the same thing when you research the Bible and you can go back to the original text and all that. I don't think there is like a Quran thing where you can go back to the Arabic in regards to software and all that. But in any case, I don't really care about that religion. The only thing, again, life is short. I just know that Mohammedanism is false. Clearly false. When you reject the Son of God, you already, again, you're not even wolves in sheep clothing. You're just wolves, stinking wolves. So anyway, and I'm going to stand for the truth. I'm not going to sweet talk you, Mohammedans. You are going on the broad way to destruction. And if people had love for you guys, they would tell you the truth. But they don't even, sometimes it's because of fear, and sometimes it's because of ecumenical deception and all that. But I think most people are afraid of offending Mohammedans because they might actually react violently, and can't even speak about the things, right? But anyway, yeah. So. But anyway, this is an article in regards of what the Quran really says in regards of, the Quran says that so-called, the Allah, which is still a false god, but anyway, gave the land of Israel to the Jews and will restore them to fit at the end of days. And then he goes into the article in regards of that, in regards to the Quran and blah, 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 and so forward. Again, I can probably use 10 years or something like that studying Mohammedanism, whatever, and all the books and all that. I'd rather use my time on this book. That's, why go to the lies when you know you have the truth? Of course, just be careful of Paulus and all that, but besides that, why waste time on all the falsehood when you know which direction you should go? And I know that there are some Christians actually doing, researching Mohammedanism and all that, and trying to help Mohammedans out of it and all that by, having, studying this topic and all that, and knowing the Bible as well. But it should really be the Mohammedans that actually came out, and began speaking against, when they find out something and come out and speak against it. Why is it that mostly it's the Christians that actually seemingly seems to do it? It would be nice to see more Mohammedans actually. It's the same thing in regards to Roman Catholics. They know the system from the inside because they might have been, Roman Catholics for many, many years. And then God opens their eyes, and then they find out, and write books about it and so forward to, the same thing, should be happening in regards to the Mohammedans. You can't defend your religion because your religion is false. Muhammad was a false prophet. And if I say Muhammad was a false prophet and you just get offended and want to attack me and, kill me and whatever, murder me, that's a really, really bad reply in some sense, It just shows that it's false, Yeah, it's just it's sad religion, sad, filthy religion, and and I can only advise you to get out of it. That's pretty much it, I guess. No one is going to hear it anyway. No one. Yeah, it's just I'm speaking with myself. Apparently that's that's what I do. Speak with myself. Anyway, have a good day, all of you. Maybe at some point people will begin to, I don't know. Oh well. Bye bye. I'll just close now.